How you guys doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's Brandon Cruz Daily Fantasy Podcast, where I go and look at long plays and strategies specifically designed for GPPs. This is a show for people who are informed on daily fantasy sports and how these contests operate. If you have any questions related to NASCAR, this is a stupid question, feel free to shoot them away on Twitter. BrandonCruzDFS, most importantly, dig everything you hear with a grain of salt and use your best judgment making entries initially. If you have a gambling addiction, that's just not my problem. Check your sense of feelings at the door. I'm talking about the first of the two Pocono races in this video here. First and foremost, I'm feeling pretty under the weather this weekend. I got up early today. I'm recording this around 11 p.m. Thursday evening. I got up early today. I like getting everything done early on Thursday, get it out of the way, at least video-wise, in the morning. I've been feeling horrible pretty much all day. Just laid down, pretty much napped and slept all day. Had to cancel an appearance on Fast Car, Fast Money this week, so that was unfortunate. I don't think I'm going to be live this week just because I wanted to, but man, I got to get up so early for both those races. I don't know if I can do it. I'll see how I feel tomorrow, but right now, no live streams planned for either of the 2 days here, so there's that. I'm also going to try and not talk too long. Luckily, I made a video yesterday related to kind of what I'm looking at for the Cup Series and how I think it's going to play out. You can listen to that. It's only 16 minutes or somewhere along there. Put on 2x, you'll get through pretty quickly. And so here I'm just basically going to focus on the rankings. I haven't made these projections official yet. I'm still messing around with some things, but I've ran a few lineups, and so we are just going to go through here and kind of rank my drivers on how I have them. First and foremost, I guess I'll kind of talk about lineups first. So are we seeing Kyle Larson being optimal? Well, it really all comes down to what you're projecting Larson in. I have Larson in my third highest projected lineup right now, and so I'm giving him 42 laps led and 26 fast laps. I think I can bump that up or down. Right now, that's around 69 DraftKings points. I gave him 72 earlier. I gave him 65 just to see where he was coming out in lineups. I'm giving him 69 right now. I wanted to kind of start here before I go with the rankings because this is important. So depending on what you give Larson and how you think how well he's going to do, that tells you what to do with Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney. So I personally think that both these drivers are going to finish in the top 8, Ryan Blaney and Chase Elliott, that is. And right now I'm messing around with giving Blaney around 50 points, 51 points, and right now I'm giving Elliott 56 points. I'm sure I'll end up somewhere around there when I make the final projections tomorrow, and certainly going into the Saturday race. But right now, I would much rather pay for Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney. You can kind of hear me talk about the whole Christopher Bell scenario last year in the video I mentioned previously. But last year, obviously, Christopher Bell had a ceiling. Top of the line day. Absolutely knocked the roof off the ceiling there, and he was expensive. And so when you look at Chase Elliott in this race, obviously he's cheaper. I don't necessarily think that he's going to hit that type of ceiling, but I think he's still going to perform very similar to what Christopher Bell did in the first race last year that made Christopher Bell optimal. I think Chase Elliott is underpriced. I think Ryan Blaney is underpriced. I think there's a good chance that both Ryan Blaney and Elliott have the opportunity to score a lot of points tomorrow or on Saturday, and I think there's a good chance that both those guys are optimal. And so I'll probably have lineups being made with Larson and without Larson. I'll probably lean heavier on the place differential versus going towards Larson. Now, I'm going to probably be overweight on people like Denny Hamlin. I'm probably going to be overweight on people like Kevin Harvick just because I think they have a good day. And I kind of talked about it in Dirty Air Podcast yet again, kind of talked about it in the video on Friday, just trying to cover all my tracks so I don't have to do this in a second take or anything like that, since trying to get everything out of the way since I don't feel very well. So anyway, let's go through. What did I say? Giving Larson like 68, 69 points right now. Easily going to get him value, bump him up or down depending on what you want to do. I think we need to consider Byron. I think we need to consider Harvick as well. I don't mind going over the field on Harvick and Hamlin. Those are probably the two guys that I'm going to take the biggest stance on, and just I think Harvick performs well here. Certainly Let me backtrack a little bit. So I'm not focusing too much on the second race. So if I don't do a live show, just play the guys who do well in the first race. That's what it was last year. This weekend is a spitting image of how last year's doubleheader went. So basically, the people who were fast in the first race, and when they get inverted, they're going to start, in the high teens in the second race if everything stays the way it should be. Play those guys. Don't go too far off of that. I think last year's second race is the example to follow for this year's race. And so the first race is the race that I want to try and take stances on. This is the race where we have the most unknowns, and I think that's where you can get the biggest edge of playing guys like Ross Chastain or Stenhouse or Harvick. If you think Harvick's going to have a good day, if you think Kyle Busch is going to have a good day, if you think people like Christopher Bell or Eric Almirola, I mean, this is the first race is the one that if you have a stance on someone or if you like them, maybe more than the public, or just have a good feeling about them, I would much rather be overweight on the field in the first race versus the second one, because the second one we're all going to be looking at the same, lap data. I'm probably not going to play Logano in the first race. I don't mind Kyle Busch. Chastain, I'm giving him 24 points right now. I'm also giving Stenhouse 23. The $6,000 range is interesting because it's either going to be one of these two guys or Cole Custer, in my opinion, who falls into this range with how they work. Who's the other 6K guy? Even Suarez. I think it's between Suarez, Custer, and Briscoe. I forgot Briscoe was $6,900. Probably need to bump these guys down, at least in talks of consideration there. Kurt Busch is going to be a no for me. I'm not going to play Kurt Busch. Christopher Bell, you can consider. Yet again, if you want to take a stance on him, this would be the race to do it on. I absolutely love Denny Hamlin. I love Eric Almirola. I love SHR here. I know Hamlin is an SHR, but going back to Harvick, SHR has always performed very well at this track. This is a driver's track. You can look at a lot of track history, but the guys who always do well at this track they always do well at this type of track. You're wanting to look at either the road courses or very technical tracks. That's where you see the drivers with the most amount of technical skill do well here. And if you've ever watched my videos for the last 3 years or whatever, you know that I always bring up Hamlin at Pocono and I always bring up Hamlin at Martinsville. And I just love Hamlin at Martinsville. And I love Hamlin here. Now that I say that, I don't think I played Hamlin at Martinsville this year, which I need to bonk myself on the head for that. Anyway, I'm high on Denny Hamlin this week for the first race, certainly for the second race, but I'm going to be overweight on Hamlin for this first race. I already know it. Let's see. Don't mind these guys here. Daniel Suarez, currently giving him 23. I think I can bump that up and try and fit him into some lineups later. Don't mind Truex. Don't mind Reddick. McDowell, I'm giving him 26 points right now. So if you compare that to Suarez, what I have, 23 for Suarez, 23 for Stenhouse, 24 for Chastain. Roughly all these guys are in the same location when it comes to Suarez and those guys. Where are we at here? What am I at? At McDowell, that's what I was at. That's what I was ranting about. Sorry. Bear with me here. I like Keselowski to hit a 5x value. I'm pretty high on that. It's seeming like Ryan Newman's probably the best play in the 5K range because I'm giving him probably 30 points. And that's just a smash spot for him. All he has to do is pretty much hold on to the position. He doesn't have to do much past there. Probably not going to play Bubba. Matt Benedetto, I like him. I like Jones. I'm not giving Jones like a top 5 finish, but Jones, just give me the 16, give me the 17, give me the 15, somewhere around there. I think that's easy for Jones to get to. LaJoy, gonna be a no for me. No there, no there. Buscher's a yes. Cole Custer, going back to the SHR guys, I think this is a track that SHR is going to perform very well at. I'll probably be overweight on the SHR guys in the first race. I think that's how it's going to be. Briscoe, Briscoe is interesting. It depends on what his ownership is. I'm really curious on how many people go to Briscoe, because I like him, but I think it's going to be difficult to make a lineup that most people like with Briscoe if they're going Larson or they're going Truex, or if they're going very heavy on the high dollar place differential plays. But that's kind of where we're at there. I'll give that there, and then we're all Fs from here on back. So that's kind of where we're at here. So what is that? That's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's 19 drivers in a player pool. Add a bit more with the Ds in there, but roughly about 19 guys in the player pool that I would probably end up using. Looking at these aren't my end ownerships, but looking at the early projections, I kind of already told you I'm going to probably be overweight on Hamlin and Eric Almirola, Tyler Reddick as well. Like I said, the first race is the one I want to try and be overweight on people that might get forgotten about. Michael McDowell and Ryan Newman seem to be the two guys in the 5K range, and I think certain lineups you can skip the 6K range if you want to double. I don't want to say punt because they're not punt plays, but if you want to play McDowell and Newman together, I don't hate that idea, and just skipping the 6K range altogether. Matt DiBenedetto is looking pretty good, and then the Elliott and Blaney play. That seems to be where I'm going right now. I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter if I want to do any of the live shows this weekend. Like I said, I don't think I will. Hopefully I start feeling better tomorrow, and then I'll happily get up at like freaking 9. No, let's see. The race starts at 11 here, or the truck race. So if the truck race starts at 11 here, I gotta go live around like 9 or something. So that means I gotta get up around 7 or 8. I'll see how I feel. I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter. But this is where I'd go there. Everything on Patreon is gonna be fine. I'm still gonna I'll most likely just put all that stuff up tomorrow, and then Saturday evening I'll put the projections up for the second Cup race. But that's about it. And thank you guys for watching, bearing with me here. So thank you for tuning in.